Hi, welcome to a special episode of When We Heal, the World Heals. I'm Trish Hay, and today I'm so excited to have two dear friends that I consider sisters and have greatly impacted my life. I've got Laura Bailey, who is a business coach, an artist, and a healer. And I've got also Lorissa Be here, who is a therapist and healer and just a dear, sweet soul, um, and also a coach. So, welcome to the show, sister.
Hi.
Hi, thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
Trish,
inviting
so
us,
much.
and thank you so much for being there for me, like always. It's so important to have a sisterhood that we can relate
Absolutely.
to, and that they're there every time we need it.
Yes, Trish, you're such a shining light. Always just so dependable. Your energy is amazing. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here. I feel the same way about both of you. Larissa, I know I can send you messages and you get right back to me. And then same with Laura, like you guys both support me and whatever I'm working to manifest in my life. And or if I'm having a down day or something, I can always count on you. And that's invaluable. I haven't always had that in my life, so it's such a blessing and it's made a great impact. And yeah, so I'm really excited to talk more about sisterhood. We all just got back from a retreat together, which was also, we got even closer, which was beautiful. And in particular, I wanted us to talk about the holidays because it's
Mhm.
Thanksgiving in like a week. And that in the past is a very challenging time for me. So I wanted to discuss that and then share some things that we have to help others have better holidays.
Going back, Trish, sorry for interrupting, but going back to what you said about sisterhood, is that this community is completely online. I mean, of course, it's beautiful to meet in person once in a while when it's possible, but I am in Seattle.
Yeah.
You are both in California, so but we're still in contact pretty much every day,
Oh,
or
yeah.
in special occasions, and we do a lot of things together, and we meet online and talk about it. So that's why this is so important to notice to me, because it's possible. We don't have to live in the same town to be able to have a circle of friends and sisterhood.
Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out. That's so true. And it is important. And even Larissa and I don't live that far from each other, but we don't get to see each other in person very often. It's pretty much virtually that we get support, which just because life is busy and yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. It's so convenient to have it be both online, in person, or a mixture. And
Mhm.
it's so important to have a tribe of like-minded people in our lives who can hold the light when we don't see it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love it. I would say that both of you guys do that for me. Hold the light. Yeah. Light
Yeah.
keeper. They can go
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I would like to just talk about the holidays. Like Larissa, your training is in
Mhm.
um, therapy, and I know you do coaching too. But
Yeah.
can you share from your perspective why people struggle during the holiday season more so?
Yeah, well, there's all kinds of reasons, but there's pressure, there's expectations, there's financial stress, there's limited time, and then there's the stress of relationships and family and expectations. And if you come from dysfunctional families, or your family is unconventional, or you have gone through divorce or death, there are so many things the holidays bring up. Grief, it brings up uncomfortable feelings, and there's this message that it's supposed to be really happy and beautiful, and Christmas and love, and whatever holiday you celebrate. There's so many beautiful holidays, Kwanzaa and you know Hanukkah, but it's not always just one or the other, right? It's such a mixed time. And we need to be able to make space for both, because loving ourselves isn't just about always being happy all the time. It really is about cultivating capacity to hold close all of those feelings and all of those experiences, I think. So I think it can be hard for a lot of those reasons, you know?
Yeah, like in my case, my personal story is that I am from Costa Rica and I've been living in the US for 20 years now. And the holidays are hard because I miss my family so much. Not every year we can afford to go to Costa Rica, and just missing my family is hard. And also an adopted mom, and we also always have this conversation for Christmas where we pray for the bio family. And I know my daughter, she misses that. She would love to have them. Even we have a relationship with bio mom, and she would love to for everybody to be together that day, but it's not possible. She has a different partner now, and it's just not possible. It's complicated. But yeah, holidays can be difficult for a lot of people, for a lot of us. And having a circle of sisters and friends and angels that can support us and have a conversation, even have a dinner, a Christmas dinner together through the computer. So for a lot of families, it's difficult, and it's totally possible to have a conversation remotely and cheers, do some sharing about what we're doing for Christmas, what are we eating, or we can eat together, and just sharing on the computer is totally possible. I know it's not ideal, but it's possible to have that support that we need through the holidays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't have to be blood family. It can be chosen family, people that we choose that are supportive and that love us. And for me personally, like I really struggled with the holidays. From growing up, I saw a lot of like alcoholism and violence on the holidays. And then kind of just as I became a mom, I had a lot of trauma in my marriage even. So I was so focused on making sure the holidays were good for my kids. So it's like I lived through that, like, let me create this for them. And then a couple of years ago, I just got to where I had to really choose me and separate from my family. There is a lot of dysfunction, and no one was willing to go to therapy or try to work it out. And I was evolving, and I'm like, I had to save myself, which meant being alone, which was actually very excruciating. Even if your family's like dysfunctional, it's your family and you love them. So I spent quite a few holidays alone, like really dreading, like I really felt probably closest ever to being suicidal around the holiday time a few years ago. Like it was excruciating to me to hear the Christmas music everywhere you go. Everything on TV was all romantic Christmas comedy, or like I would think like I'm going to pretend the holidays don't exist, but like that's very difficult in the US here. So that was I had a lot of grief. It was very, very tough. And I was alone because I chose that, in the fact that I was like, I'm choosing me. I literally know it saved my life emotionally and physically to separate. And then there was a season before I had beautiful people like you all come into my life, and I'm so thankful now. But I'm really passionate about, I want to help other people because I know I'm not alone. I know there's a lot of people that spend holidays alone, or they go to the family dinner or whatever, and there's people there that abuse them, so they're betraying themselves by going, and then they have to kind of recover from the holiday. So last year I had the most amazing holidays. I just said, like, what do I want to do? What do I want to create? And instead of like thinking it needed to be like, I need to bake a bunch of cookies, I have to have a certain kind of tree, all the things that I kept comparing, a lot of it was a resistance and comparing to like, this is how a good Christmas looks, for example, if that's what you celebrate, or Thanksgiving has to be a bunch of people sitting down or whatever. And instead I was like, well, what really feels good to me? And one of my kids was out of the country. So I did speak to the other one, was like, well, what really feels good to us? We don't want to be around these other people that are hurtful in our family. Like, what do we want to create? And so then we just co-created like what we wanted to do. And then I focused a lot on myself and really giving myself gifts. Like it was very simple. I bought very little gifts. I bought only a few gifts for my children. It was so simple. So it was not only not a financial stress, but then it was just like, it was easy. Right. And then I just decided, I mean, everybody can decide for themselves, but for me, I wanted to go and buy meals for people. I mean, I just got a lot of joy out of it.
Mhm.
Nature every day, to get in nature, walk at the beach, I was doing my training at that time for like yoga and breath work and meditation. Like I was just like, what do I want to do and what am I gonna love? And like I'm gonna say that the holidays were the best I've ever had in my life. Like they were so good and they were so simple, but I felt amazing. And when January came around and everybody was talking about setting like resolutions and stuff, I was like, I feel really good. Like I've been transforming my life like through all of this through November, through December. So I feel like really excited. To, like, how can I help other people also? Not to
Mhm.
be so alone and to know that they can have their holidays however they want, even, you know what I mean? That they can choose. Also, just like I think permission too. Like I want people to have permission to know, like, you don't have to go just because those people are your biological family. Like you can say no. Like you could set a boundary if it makes you feel bad or sick. Like you don't have to go because I think there's such an expectation too that you just have to show up. That's your family. You have to go eat together. You have to give gifts. Like I think, I don't know, to me, that's a little bit of a, it shouldn't be, but it seems like a radical idea that everybody out here, a lot of, well, I have to go. It's my mother. Oh, I have to go. It's this. No, you
Mhm.
really don't. You don't have to go. You can choose to
Yeah,
go, but
yeah,
you don't
you
have
can choose. I think what
to.
you're saying is so beautiful that you chose to see this time as almost like a real possibility time and to create whatever you want from it, because there is an elevated, um, it's an elevated time, whether we like it or not. It's a heightened and elevated time. It's a season and it's not going to last forever, but it is, it's elevated. I think we can use it as like a springboard if we wish to.
Oh, I like that.
Hmm. It sounds like you did that. You chose to see it as a time where you could kind of like, yeah, what am I going to use it, right? Use it towards your greater good. And that can go any direction. You could give back to people who need it. You could take advantage of those who are in a giving spirit, who are having more abundance.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you can be with, yeah, be with people online or whatever it needs to be, but just to know like you're supported in whatever you choose. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I love that because I do. I feel really excited. Like I have a totally different life. Like this holiday, all I want to do is really give back, like, and help people like
Mhm.
have a great to upgrade your life this season. Don't get tired and stressed and drained. Like get
Yeah.
revived and energized and
It feels very
Yeah.
good, I think, when we give. It just our hearts just get so much joy. I think
Mhm.
in my case, I feel more joy when I give than when I receive.
Yeah,
Of course, I appreciate everything, right? But when I give and when I see that smile and I see that person, that the joy that I can do what it can cost to another human being, it's just amazing. And it doesn't have to be my family, right?
right.
My proximity or my closest friend. I love to do that for everybody. And now I think that's why God, the universe, has put it us together because we can create programs and communities that are going to help other women bring this light to other women, but also to their own families. Well, in my
Yeah,
case, my heart gets full every time I give to somebody when I can create a smile on somebody else's face just because they feel seen, they feel valued, they feel appreciated. It's different when I receive. My heart is full too, but the experience is completely different. I I love to see the joy in other people, and I think the universe, God, are putting us together because at this point in our lives we are ready to share the knowledge that we have with other women, but also to share that joy and the ways of how we can be whole and how can we love ourselves and the techniques that we have learned to heal and share that with other women that might need this at this right time. And also when they heal, they're going to give that joy to their families.
Mm.
exactly.
Or to others too. Yeah, really fulfilling their purpose. Like I think Trish too, what you said about, setting intentions because the holidays do happen quickly and there's going to be a lot of activity for a lot of people. It's just a sort of a flurry. and what really setting aside time to look ahead and say, okay, what is it I really want to create? What seeds am I going to plant? And then when we know that, we get to then create like protection over those seeds, right? We want to protect, like that's what the boundaries are. Like, okay, how do I protect that? And then how do I support it as it grows going forward? Those are kind of three pieces to me, like setting, okay, creating, intending, protecting, supporting, and then, yeah, nurturing it from there. And I think doing that in a sisterhood can be so beautiful because you're not alone. You get so many ideas of things you hadn't thought of. Watching other people do it and seeing what's possible is really pretty inspiring in a sisterhood.
Trish and I have
It
been
is,
thinking about how to create this community online that we can be there supporting each other and create this sisterhood. And we're going to have an event this coming Friday where we're going to share tools about planting those seeds for next year, that the seeds that you're talking about, which a vision board where people can start envisioning and manifesting what they want to have this next year. So Trish, do you want to talk about a little bit about this activity that we're going to do this Friday?
Oh, sure. Yeah, Laura created a beautiful, I think it's 6 or 7 page of PDF that everyone can print out and write their vision for how they're going to take care of themselves. What does their dream 2025 look like? And it's really looking at all aspects of self-care, our emotional, spiritual, physical, and then loving ourselves more. And then what do we want to create? And so we're going to do a meditation also. And then Laura's going to share how to create the vision board, how to use the information that will be emailed to everyone. And then, yeah, and then there'll be opportunities for us to meet together more in sisterhood that we'll share that night as well, and time to follow up with each other. But yeah, it's a way to get started with what do you want in your life? Like 2025 is going to be here like that, but it's like, well, what do you want now? Like, what do you want in November? Like, we can start now. We can start now, like Fridays in a couple days. That's November 22nd that we're talking about. So it's going to be at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that's a free workshop that we're having. You can email hello at your healing season. I'll also link it on here or message any of us on social media. Also, we can get you the free PDF, and so you can join our workshop. And we want as many people as possible to come and like take advantage of this. And I think I just want to share for like women out there that are so busy, like in any stage of life, but if you have kids, it's like take the time for you. You don't have to, like, your life may be beautiful and you have these amazing kids and this wonderful husband, and your life might look like a Christmas card, but like still it's so important that you take time for yourself no matter what, and focus on the intention because of what do you want to create, because it is like a blip will go by and your children are raised and you're like, wow, that was 20 years. So I like what you said, Larissa, about being intentional, and I've really never really thought about that. It is an accelerated time. It does always seem to go by really fast, but yeah, that we can use that to our advantage of what do we want to create and what do we want to feel. And then yeah, and then we're going to have so many other things opportunities we're going to offer. Do you want to talk about that? More information is coming also on a program, and I've already got the free Facebook group, When We Heal, the World Heals, and stuff will be posted in there. But we have an opportunity also for this program that we've created to help you get specifically through the holidays, not get through, but like thrive through the holidays, where we'll be weekly meeting. Laura is an artist, and she's curating a gift that's going to be mailed every month to you if you sign up, or we can do an art project together. We're going to do some book readings together. We're going to get together to meditate. Larissa's going to teach us some journaling. So it's just going to be addressing all parts, including play, like the art. To me, it's huge doing the art piece, and having like I like to get something in the mail. Like, how often do we always get a little gift in the mail, you know? And I have found it's super healing to do art. So I love that Laura's going to be doing that for people that decide. This is a free event on Friday night, but if they decide that they want to join us, we're also going to have elevated packages if people want to do one-on-one coaching or Reiki or different things like that. We're offering a very, very special rate. Like, it's definitely a gift for the holidays. Like less than half the cost of what normally we charge for Reiki and things like that. So it's also a special package if people want to buy things and pay for a wonderful 3-month program, that they can get support and do fun stuff together. And we're also going to have a private online community for messaging and staying in touch with each other and just supporting each other's goals. Um, yeah, I would just say it just depends on what everybody's wanting. Like, I can help people with their health and wellness. Laura is a business coach, and has extensive experience in business. If someone right now decides what they want to do is create a new business, maybe they want to create a podcast or a blog or whatever it is, like Laura could coach them on that. Like, there's just all sorts of alternative things that we'll have more information for you guys on, and also the website that everyone can look at that offer as well. But yeah, we want to support this being, it is called your healing season. We want it to be your healing season, that you feel in January, that you feel like you're moving towards your best year ever at 2025. Like, what is really your dream life in 2025? Like, for me, I'm living like just to have peace and serenity, and to have a healthy body. I say it like just to, that's huge. That's everything. That's priceless. I didn't have that before. So like, that's like worth more than a dollar amount I can even think of, but it could be some financial goal, you know, whatever it is. We want to
Mm,
support people to like help them get there, and to just not feel so alone, to know we have your back. We're there with you together, and we heal more in community.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the darkest times are really a space where it's got so much potential. It seems dark, but it's like you can have like you can create anything. It's kind of a blank canvas. And you certainly don't, if it is heavy or hard for you around the holidays, or even just hectic or stressed, you certainly um, don't have to do that alone. And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. And I would say it's all the more important to have people come into your life to be feeding and around you if you really are struggling. And I know I like to help my clients with the intentions with spiritual coaching, but also emotional and mental health is, if we don't know what our feelings are, we don't know how to express those or even dream. A lot of times we can have needs that get like bound by shame.
Mhm.
So around the holidays, you may have needs, you may have emotional needs that are not accessible to you because you have shame around having that. You may have needs for, appreciation, or needs for space and time, boundaries, certain things that you think, oh, I'm not allowed to have that, kind of what you were talking about earlier, Trish, like I don't have choices. But if so, I can help people too with like figuring out what is it you actually are wanting,
Mhm.
and where are those areas that shame tends to, does that make sense? Like it kind of like blocks it or binds it up, um, on a more emotional level. And really just like you said, like when we're in bliss, when we're in union, it's all needs met, right? And that's what we want everybody to experience. I know that's what I want. That's my Christmas wish.
Well, yeah.
Everyone to know who they really are and
But
to experience
that is so special. That is
all.
so true, especially for us women, because we are raised in a way that the society tells us you have to be there for the kids. You have to be a provider. You have to have the house clean. You have to do that. You have to do that. And we actually believe that that's our role. And I mean, there is beauty in it, but we need our time as well. We need time to relax. We need time to create community with other women. We need time to be alone from all the joy in the with the kids at night when they are ready to go to bed. So all that, you know what I mean, the chaos that sometimes we see, that is beautiful chaos, but sometimes we need a break from it. It is so true that we need that space, and we are creating this community in a way where you can also gift it to somebody else. Is if you feel that it's not the right time for you to be in this community, maybe you know a person that is going through hard times, and instead of giving a physical present, you can think about giving the present of a sisterhood community that that person could benefit from. um, it's open for that. So if you want to give it, please do that too.
Yeah, that's a beautiful gift. I love that so much. And I love what you were saying, Larissa, too. And excited for you to share your journaling technique with whoever joins also, because it's also not, we're not saying like, yeah, we want you to manifest this awesome life, but not like spiritually bypass like shame and all these things, because I couldn't, like, for me to create the life I did the last holidays, I needed to feel my feelings, which was a lot of shame and anger that I did have to like get in touch with, that I even had those so I could
Mm,
process them, so I could release them, and then start to create too. So it's like wherever someone's at too, because maybe they are just becoming aware that they've got shame, or that they're very scared to set a boundary even with a parent, to say I'm not coming, or I'm not going to be spoken to that way, or whatever. I mean, I was 50 having a hard time setting boundaries with parents, you know? So I
yeah.
think it doesn't matter our age. And I think that just like everyone's accepted wherever they're at, and they're going to be accepted and loved wherever. And if it's a painful season for you, to me, I just want people to definitely know you're not alone. That's huge. Like, that's really huge, like to go
Mhm.
through. We have to feel our own feelings and heal ourselves, but I did it truly alone. And I definitely have felt like once I came out of it, like I don't want ever anyone to feel like that, or to feel like they have to hold on to somebody toxic because they don't have anyone else. And I think when like women like us are like shining our light and showing like you have permission to come over here and to do this and to make that choice, then they can see that also. It's like permission, and then also support that they're not totally alone in the world. Like we are there. They can message us. We can spend some time together. You know, I myself want to do something on Thanksgiving and Christmas, like a little virtual event too, for people that have nowhere to go. That's really important to me. So there'll be something also with that. But we'll have our main activities not on those days, as far as our art projects and stuff. So for people that want to be with family. So it's just going to be a mix. It's going to be something for everyone. I'm really excited.
It kind of feels like an invitation to become a child a little bit, like create your own, like this anticipation of something in the mail and these little playtimes of your inner child. Like that's to me like becoming like a child, like again.
Yeah.
And when we were children, we had trauma, or if when we were children, we were neglected or we were taught, we all learn, we just learn, we're looking outside of ourselves to see like, what's okay? How am I supposed to feel? Who am I? And if those people were reflecting back like a protective layer, so you don't really get a clear version, like, who am I? This is a chance to clear all that out and realize like, okay, who am I? And to have women around you reflecting that you are light, you are good, you are beauty, you are grace, you are love. And that is such medicine for our inner child to say,
Mhm.
I'm going to create a holiday that is just, it's going to be our thing. And to protect that and create these tools and learn these things that, use what Laura is creating and the Reiki and all this stuff. It's just, to me, it can change the world, because when we heal, the world heals, like you said in your podcast title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and when we have fun and others witness that, they want to have the same, especially our kids, when they see the mom that is having so much fun and she's so full of love, they learn how to love themselves as well. Is let's be an example of self-love.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, we really are all connected. We're all one. What we do for ourselves, we are actually also doing it for others, and vice versa. If we're open to that concept, there's no separation. It's not like I'm doing this just for you only. It's just there's no such thing. And so the way that I do it for you is coming back to me. And so if I can find a way to be in joy, to be in receiver, to be in gratitude, then it's going to come right back to me, and vice versa. If I'm giving to me with that same like celebration and compassion and like reveling in the wonder, just like what, then that also goes out to my family, to my babies that aren't even my grandchildren that aren't even born yet. You know, it's like going to ripple and ripple and ripple, and that to me gets me excited thinking about generations and future, and like, ooh, it's like retirement. They say like start now. Like your best future is now. Like start now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And I love what you're sharing about like the ripple effect and learning to just love yourself first and give to yourself first. Once you're so full, it's just, it overflows. You know, you're just like, well, what else can I give? What else can I do? It's a different energy than giving because you have to, or you think you're bad if you don't do this or that because of old things. There's like really healing and then like really filling yourself up with that self-love and compassion. Then you give from a different place. And it's like, not like I have to or I should. It's like I get to, like, oh wow, I feel amazing. Now I get to help other people feel like this. That's exciting. You know, it's such a different energy. It's so much lighter. And yeah, we want to give more people permission to live really free like that and
Mhm.
create what they want.
Yeah, to be inspired for sure.
Yeah. Anything else you guys feel like sharing right now?
I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Laura and Lorissa. I'm so excited to see you guys. Thank you for your sisterhood that you've given to me and shining your lights on the planet. And I'm really excited also for who's going to join us on this journey. And um, yeah, we'll get this out there for everybody to sign up for Friday night, November 22nd. Let's start our manifestation journey.
6 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll put it all in the notes and on our social media and stuff too. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for
Trish.
your time.